Orkanen at Farup Sommerland is my favorite Vekoma suspended coaster. This coaster has been cloned an additional 12 times around the world, but I think the original is the best. Find out why in this review. Orkanen opened back in 2013 as Farup's 6th roller coaster. It was their second from Vekoma, and the park clearly has a great relationship with the Dutch manufacturer since they've returned to Vekoma for 2 more coasters in recent years, including Phoenix. Vekoma introduced the family suspended coaster back in 2001 at the Paramount Parks, but the early models were criticized for poor track work and bulky over-the-shoulder restraints that led to head banging. It took about a decade, but Vekoma refined the model. Now they're more exciting and far smoother. Orkanen was a custom layout when it opened in 2013. The coaster was very well received, and the layout is now known as the 453-meter model, and the coaster has been cloned a dozen times. 2 of the most notable clones are Dragonflier at Dollywood and the Dragon roller coaster Energylandia, both of which I've ridden, but the presentation of the original may be the best. Orkanen is Danish for hurricane, and the coaster is fittingly placed above the water. The ride features 2 mist-filled underwater tunnels, including the iconic one after the first drop. It really is a cool visual seeing the train dive below the surface for a few seconds. I also really like this coaster's paint scheme with a sky blue track, and the ride features some nautical themed buildings around the attraction, including that of the station. One of the biggest downsides with these Vekoma suspended coasters are that they break in the station, meaning they can only run 1 train. That train features 10 rows of 2, seeing a maximum of 20 riders per cycle. This doesn't give the ride the highest max capacity. Fortunately, the ride's crew checks the restraints quickly, so lines are manageable. The ride had a 20 to 25 minute wait at max on a summer weekend during my visit. One of the best parts about Orkanen and the newer suspended coasters are the restraints. You have a minimalistic lap bar. Your entire upper body is free, maximizing the feeling of flight. This openness, along with the visuals, are why I like the front row best in this ride. While Vekoma does call this a suspended coaster, it really feels like an inverted coaster because the seats do not swing independent of the wheels. The on-ride experience between the 453-meter models is nearly identical. The forces feel the same. The only difference are the sight lines, which is park dependent, and I think they're a bit better on Orkanen than the other ones because of the ride's aquatic setting. Once dispatched, you turn out of the station and ascend the 63-foot or 19-meter tall lift hill. The train is quietly and smoothly propelled to the top with booster tires. Then you'll find yourself staring at the misty underwater tunnel. If you're up front, you hang over the edge for a few seconds, and the visual sort of reminds me of a dive coaster. No airtime, but it does build up good speed. And you go through that mist-filled tunnel as a bonus. The train is then whipped through an overbank. The element is deceptively intense for a family coaster. It's quite forceful, pulling 3.5 Gs, and it banks so severely that it nearly counts as an inversion. Heck, it really feels like one as you're snapped through it. Orkanen does dial it back from this point, but it's still a fun ride. You then glide over the water and head into a 360-degree downwards helix, and this helix offers some solid Gs. The train then hops over the station. No airtime, but you will get a fantastic leg chopper with the station building. And the station hides the next element, another downwards helix. It's not quite as forceful as the previous one, but it still has some okay positives. You then speed around a mildly forceful turn and dip into a misty subaqueous shed. On the clones, you usually just go into a little trench, so it was neat having an extra tunnel here. You then have one last turn to the station, and then you smoothly brake to a stop, ending the 1,486 foot or 453 meter long coaster. So what would I rate Orkanen? I would give this suspended coaster a 7 out of 10. This is a nice family coaster. You have a glass smooth layout with some exciting visuals. I love skimming above the water and occasionally dropping beneath it. The ride is approachable for many, yet it can keep thrill seekers engaged with solid pacing and that standout overbank turn that has some genuine power to it. This truly is one of the best models out there for families, and Orkanen is the best example of this Vekoma model at this time. So those are my thoughts on Orkanen at Farup Sommerland. What are your thoughts on this Vekoma creation? Do you think it's the best 453 meter model? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.